And joining us now to go deeper is D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, who has been pushing for many years to bring the Commanders back to D.C. Mayor Bowser, good to talk to you this morning. You've called
Thank you.
you've called the legislation a giant step forward. It seems like this was the biggest hurdle to getting a stadium back in that spot, was it?
Well, it's been a hurdle for the district to get control of 177 acres that's been sitting blighted and vacant for several years now. And we think in 177 acres, you can do quite a lot. And we have been restricted in how we can use it because of our lease to only a stadium use. What this legislation would do is give us control and the ability to develop multiple uses, including a world-class stadium.
So if this bill passes in Congress as expected, what's the timeline here? What comes next?
Well, we're going to have conversations in D.C. with our policymakers. We're developing a great plan for the site that we will be very anxious to present. We'll sit down in earnest with the team, talk about our joint goals, and we will be demolishing the current stadium on the RFK site.
What were your conversations like with lawmakers, and how did you get members of both parties on board with this idea when, they can't seem to agree on anything?
I know it's been an amazing kind of story, I think. We sat down. I went early on for a hearing with Congressman Comer in the Oversight Committee. And I think they were expecting to talk about crime, and we were expecting to talk about how they could help us. And I have to give a lot of credit to Jim Comer. He said he would help us, and he did. He introduced a piece of legislation with Congresswoman Norton, and he has been with us every step of the way.
Of course, there's the issue of paying for all of the upgrades to the RFK Stadium site. How would that work?
Well, it's going to work like all of our major developments work, like the Wharf, like Walter Reed, like St. Elizabeth. And whether we have a stadium there or not, the district is going to be a partner in the redevelopment. And so we always go in, we create a great plan. Likely, we support the development of the infrastructure, and we look for a great development partner that helps us realize our vision.
Anything else you want our listeners to know this morning? Such big news.
It's huge news, and I just want to say it's just a win-win, we think, for the region, and it's going to allow us to create jobs and attract the types of events to our region that we haven't been able to attract. Imagine if we were able to have a Super Bowl here, the World Cup, Taylor Swift concerts, all of those things that have passed by our 4 million plus person region can be served at the RFK campus.